I'm feeling great. What about you, bro?
Hey, matter of fact, hold on 1 second. 1 second. Had to go get mine.
Snap! Oh, snap! Oh my
I
God!
gotta go get my shades now, bro. I gotta go.
Oh, heck
I gotta get my
yeah!
shades now. Hold
Boy,
on,
nah,
bro.
this is already exciting already. Oh my God!
Yeah,
Go ahead, get the swag on, man. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm applauding you for this one, bro. Oh, we in it now. We in it now.
yeah. About to have some fun, man. How you doing?
Bro, I'm living it. I'm excited. I'm feeling great. Things are picking up where it needs to be. Now I'm on the course of finding stability, and we're going into 2025 strong, bro. How about you?
Same. Just by connecting with you is speaking for what I'm trying to do for 2025.
Absolutely,
So,
man. Like, I appreciate you allowing me to be on the show, bro, and just like again, getting to know you more, just be able to talk to the community, man. This is what I came out here to do. So,
man, bro, I don't even know where to start with you, man, because I found when I see you on the when I see you on the gram, I didn't know if you was training for like a tactical force or what. And then I was content, and I'm like, yo, he actually is a videographer. And he does all his own stunt. How did you come up with the whole with the fit? Where that idea came from?
oh man, nah, I appreciate that, dude. So yeah, if I'm training for anything, I'm training to be consistent and to create a space, bro. That's what I'm training for. With me, what came up with this idea is that I've been active duty for 6 years. And I've joined the Air National Guard, so that's why I currently do part-time. And so I want to be able to stand out unique, and I want videographers and photographers to be as popular and as uplifting as those who look at rappers and models, right? So I'm like, okay, well, what can I look like? What can I do that speaks true to my heart, true to my style, but can be, cool to emulate or look up to? So I always feel like when I'm getting called and doing shots, usually these shots are last minute. Usually they don't have the right people. They want me to take care of everything. So I feel like I'm being the bounty hunter. All right, you give me the contract, I'll get the job done no matter what. And I'm like, hold on. I get the military discipline, the pursuit of making sure I get the job done. Why not become the bounty hunter of videography? On most people, like when all hands are on deck, when there's nothing else they can use, they call on me to get the job done. And that's where this whole persona came into play. And the hat in particular, that hat wasn't really a part of the style. What happened was I went to Big Bear in the mountains, and there was an event that was going out there, and there was this woman that she handmade, designed these hats. And this hat right here in particular has a bull on it, which represents the month of May. Being a Taurus, yeah. I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm a bullheaded, I just want to be able to take things done by any means necessary. So I felt like this was the final piece to the puzzle. And here comes the bounty hunter of videography.
It looked good, bro. You look dope. You pulling it off. Definitely got
Thank you,
my.
man.
Who is this guy? Yo, you the content, so you in front of the camera as well as behind. How difficult is that?
So the repetition, it doesn't become as difficult, but it is very challenging. And what I mean by that is when you're behind the camera, you have the ability to create cinematic motion to your camera movements and stuff like that, right? But when you're in front of the camera and it's just yourself, the challenging part is to how do I make it entertaining without the camera being so still all the time, right? So without having that motion ability, how do I still draw that attention? So that becomes the challenging part, and making sure that, okay, the script that I have in mind needs to make sense. So I have to go back and forth in front of the camera. Did I get the shot? Did I did not, So it is laying off by chance. You write out the script, repeat it a few times, and just tell yourself where it comes out, that's it. That's the take. Because you can't spend your time doing this forever. So that's where all that element comes into play.
Content creation is difficult for those who do it. We know. I know, which that's what makes you so interesting. Man, we're gonna get into a lot of that, man. It's so much out there. I don't know where to start with you. You from North Carolina, right?
Yeah, so I was born in South Carolina, good old
South Carolina.
Orangeburg, but I was raised in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and my God, I
You
love my
said
family
Jacksonville?
out there. Yeah, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's where I spent most of my childhood with my sister and my mom and dad. God bless them; they're still here today. I love them very much. And so my dad, he's a retired Marine, and so that's why we were out there most of our life. But I'm just like, man, I need to get out of here. I need to branch out, you know. But that's where I spend most of my time.
How did growing up in North Carolina shape your, your perspective of the world?
So because it was so small, there weren't many things to do out there. It made me feel like I was trapped in what is considered an open space. You know, my parents, they were strict, but they were very reasonable. So it wasn't like I wasn't able to go out or wasn't able to spend time with family or friends outside of that. But there wasn't enough activities for people around my age at the time to do. So I felt stagnant. And being in that type of mental space helped me challenge it just helped me challenge what's out there, you know? I'm like, no, this can't be it. This can't be my life. You know, I'm looking at it from a different perspective. My parents, they're retiring, if not already retired. So there's no really need for them to really go out because they've seen the world. I'm just getting started. And so I felt like I was the black sheep of the family, man. Like I'm going to push boundaries. I want to explore. So the short answer to this question, bro, is more the lines of I know I didn't see much of this world, so I'm not going to rest until I do so by any means necessary.
I want to shout out twins so bad, bro. We got the same background as far as how we see things, man. 'Cause, yeah, I'm down too. So
Word,
I
okay.
definitely, yeah. Bay City, Texas. You ever heard of you ever OT?
Yeah, I have. Yo, he's dope rapper, bro. Love him.
Bay City.
Bro, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if you even
yeah.
shot him or you've been alongside him. The way that you be carrying yourself, I wouldn't be surprised.
Multiple times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm familiar with we familiar with each other.
Dope.
We know a lot of the same people, and on top of that, I've done security for him a couple times. I do
Oh,
personal
see?
life. Yeah.
I'm about to say, let me give you the rest right here, man. Go ahead.
Man, bro, hold on. You about to have me show you something else. I'm telling you.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. My man moving out here. Yes, sir. You know, I'm trying to build up a crew out here on the bounty hunter, so that is no problem at all. Suit up, my man. All right. All right. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes. Bounty hunter videography in Texas. I'm speaking to him right
yeah.
now. Okay.
Now we're ready for war, man. Now we're ready for
Hell
war.
yeah. This is freaking dope, bro.
So I was active duty also in the army.
Nice, nice. What was your MOS?
88 Mike.
Shoot. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How long you been in?
Transportation. Man, bro, I did one contract. Got up out of that thing.
I
But
don't blame you, bro.
I had a great time though. You know, so with me, I started traveling before I got into the military. My ex ended up taking me over to Italy. Spent a total of maybe 2 months in Italy. And
Wow.
then
Okay.
after that I was like, I have to go. Like I
Really?
have like I have to go. And so like when we broke up, that was like my motivation to go into the military. Because at that point I felt like there was nothing else holding me back. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go into the military to travel. I thought I was gonna get some traveling out of it, but I didn't. But it's one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And I still carry that same mentality from what I got out of the military to the civilian world today. And I see that you do the same.
Yeah, bro. First of all, I want to say thank you for your service, dude, for like holding it
Likewise.
down. Continue to hold it down, bro.
Yeah.
But for you to do Italy, your first move out there, even before joining the military, for me, I thought that was very challenging. I thought I needed to go in the military so I can further pursue that before even doing it on my own. Because I've heard the challenges that, you know, certain civilians in certain class levels of economics don't have the ability to do so. And I didn't want to take that for granted, you know, and just create a different perspective. But it did open up so many opportunities while serving. The fact that you were able to do that before, applause to you, man, because not many people get to do that.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man. Honestly, that's the ex, but I do be having to give her credit because she definitely put me on a lot of game when it came to traveling. I didn't get my passport until I started dating her, but I still got a lot of respect for her to this day. So with that trip,
I,
it changed like my way of thinking like immediately. Like once I got back, I was like, nah, it's definitely more out here for me. Um,
yeah.
and that's what I was gonna ask you. Where was the first place you traveled to that makes you realize that this world is way bigger and you gotta go? What was that one place?
Man, to keep it 100 with you, man, it was when I went to Greensboro, North Carolina. I was starting college out there. You wouldn't believe it when I tell you, man, Greensboro to me at the time was a metropolis. It was the biggest city I've ever explored while going to college because I was just so used to Jacksonville, North Carolina, Orangeburg, South Carolina, and a little bit of Florida, right? But for me to be on my own in a whole different city that I didn't really pay attention to until I got accepted to the university, it was more like, okay, all right, I'm really excited. Now I get to see what type of lifestyle, what type of person I really want to be. Do I want to be a city boy? Do I want to be a country boy? Greensboro was where it's at. And then when I got commissioned as an officer in the military, and my first orders was San Francisco, California, the rest was history.
Yeah. How did you like San Francisco?
It was a love-hate relationship, that's for sure. San Francisco definitely taught me some lessons out there for sure, because I'm so used to like regular humidity, regular heat, literally going out there during the summer. And I'm thinking to myself, it's going to be very hot. I drive into San Francisco and oh my God, bro, it was colder ooh, bro, man, it was disrespectful out there.
You drove from the East Coast to the West Coast?
Yeah, dude. Literally 3 days after graduating from college and got my orders, I packed up my Ford Explorer and drove from North Carolina all the way down to San Francisco.
You drove right through the country.
Right
Back
through
there
that. Yeah.
by
Took my time with it too.
you was by yourself?
Yeah, it was just me, bro. I just said, let's do it.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's just like, I I give props to my dad for this because he always exude a lot of confidence himself. Like he did a lot for this family, doing many deployments and things of that nature. And to see that as an example of like you can do anything if you are smart and observant with your surroundings, that's exactly what I took to consideration. And so I knew there were challenges out there. I knew there was going to be some trouble out there. But at the same time, it's like if I don't come correct, then I'm going to put myself in those predicaments. So yeah, I was ready to explore because I'm like, man, I'm like the energizer buddy. I just need to go. So my wife at the time, she wasn't really fine with it, but she understood the assignment, you know. And
Yeah,
that was the hardest thing to do was leave her while I go out because I like to scout, you know. Let me handle it. Let me see what's going on. So then that way I can bring my lady over here.
yeah. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. I would have done the
Mhm.
exact same. What travel experience you had that really made you reflect on where you from?
What experience that I have that would make me reflect on where I'm from?
Let let me ask like this: what place have you been to that makes you look back and appreciate where you from?
Oh my God, bro, that is an excellent question, man. My favorite location was Johannesburg, South Africa. One of my best friends, James, and I, we were tasked to film a documentary out there and a short film at the same time. So we had two missions to take care out there in a 10-day period. And our first mission was to go out to Johannesburg to shoot the film. And when we landed out there, the welcoming of people that looked like us was such a breathtaking moment of satisfaction and gratitude and appreciation to see that there's people like us in a totally different country that are growing. Their vehicles are not like the stereotypes that you would hear. Like nobody is truly poor out there. There are rich people out there. And it made me want to say like, thank God, my God, we're progressing. We're innovating. We're not stuck in the Stone Ages out here. And so I was treated with so much welcoming, treated like a king. James and I were. And it was like, wow, I just immediately want to just get back. What can I give back to this community? What can I show my thanks? Because we're not obligated. We know we're Americans, but we don't want to use that as leverage to take advantage of other countries. We want to use that to support and emulate. So what that did for me was just say thank you for what I have back home, first of all, be able to have the freedom to pick up my bags and travel to expand my knowledge of the world, and being raised by parents who taught me discipline and understanding of emotional intelligence to receive what type of communication is coming towards me and how to earn that respect from different communities and cultures. So I don't get too much of a culture shock. So it helped me be blended into different environments no matter what.
Being out there in Johannesburg, did it make you I know for me, for instance, like when I went to Afghanistan and I seen how they were living, it made me look at America as a whole and say, dang, like a lot of things we have really taken for granted.
Right,
And
that's correct.
when people think Africa, they think the worst. They think the worst. They don't know, a lot of people don't know that side of what you're saying as far as like how rich it is and how it's rich in agriculture, how it's rich with money, uh,
Yes,
resources, all of that. And like people don't really they don't quite understand that. Like Africa, bro, Africa don't need the rest of the world. The world needs Africa, you know?
that's absolutely. Yes.
So
And
as a man, like for you to go out there and see that and be able to share that, thank you. Because I ain't had nobody on this channel yet that spoke about it, you know?
yeah, no, I need to see the truth within my eyes. I don't like to rely on other media outlets or other resources when I can earn the capability or develop a team that will allow me to see it firsthand so I can provide that transparent coverage. I feel like a news broadcaster on my own at times because we're, as storytellers, we are telling the story, whether it's news, documentary, whatever, we are creators in their own element. So yes, going out there, see it from my own eyes, it's like, wow, the air is clear. The people are nice. And it's not like there's no evil in the world. I mean, like, let's call it what it is. There are some areas out there that we've seen that could be equivalent to Compton or Oakland. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
there are dangers out there. So I'm not doing to create a facade of a beautiful utopia, but we hear so much negatives that if you don't give a chance to see out there, you realize there's a lot of positives that can help influence you and your health.
Yeah. And like I said, bro, I'm glad you mentioned it because my first place I went to was Italy. Been to Rome twice. Been in the
Wow.
Vatican. I've been like I remember the first time I seen the Vatican, bro. I was like stuck in amazement at what I was seeing. It wasn't
Right.
until years later I realized where I was standing at. So St. Peter's Square is where the Apostle Peter was crucified at. I didn't know that until like years later, you know.
Wow.
I love the Bible. And so like for me to be able to go to a place like that, like I said, it opened up the door for me to want to travel more. You know what? I don't think I'm really traveling unless I go touch down in Africa, touch down in motherland and see what that's about. Like
Yeah.
I don't see myself as being this world class traveler. I've been to a lot of places, but I don't see myself really as this world class traveler if I haven't explored
Okay.
like
No, that's
you know
completely
what I mean?
fair. Yeah.
That's me, that's just me though. You know, like I feel like I got a lot more places to see, but I feel like no matter where I go, I can go every country in Southeast Asia. I can go to, you know what I'm saying, like every country in South America until I touch Africa from north to south. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing?
Bro, I am 100% with you on that, man, because to me, I feel like for us, it's more like a pit stop. We get to reset, reorganize, and rejuvenate like ourselves in a way that we can now explore our history. Some people will tell me, and they'll be complete strangers, that I look Ethiopian to a degree. And it's like, huh,
To a degree,
well,
I low key, I
yeah,
can see it low key. You
okay,
have to
see, you
secure it.
know what I'm saying?
You have to
So,
secure it.
so So now that I hear that multiple times from totally different people, I have a personal mission to align myself to go there to see for myself. Maybe there is something that my family does not know about or has been removed from that can help me clear the gap. And that's been my personal mission ever since I had the ability to travel. with the camera.
I'm gonna be keeping up with you because I hope you do that. But since you said it, I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see what they saying, why they saying that for sure. Which this
Yeah.
that's brings up all the first questions for me, bro, because I'm curious. My first question is, being a black videographer, how does being a black man in videography influence the stories you tell and the way you approach your craft?
So it allows me to not pursue the stereotypes. I think we, as a Black community, we find it easy to replicate those things because it generates money, generates laughter, and we can laugh at the pain, right? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with doing that, but I feel like for me to have the capabilities and the gift to bring entertainment to the collective of culture, it allows me to tap into things that may be unheard of and or not familiar with within the Black culture. For example, like I may take what like a rock star style of videography or media outtake and recreate it and re-inspire it to a level that works for me. And which in turn will allow other creators of my color to say, well, I don't have to do a typical rap video or a standard gospel song. I could tap into Latin culture. I could tap into this type of style. I want people to see that when they see an African American male or female as a whole, in front or behind the camera, we can do anything. We are the trendsetters, you know, and we are able to brass together to make content and creativity elevate to higher levels than what it has been today. So in simplest terms, man, I think being a Black videographer allows me to be a hero for Black boys and girls who don't understand or don't realize that people like us is the reason why we're able to tell their stories.
Do you feel like there's enough representation of Black creatives in videography?
No, not at all. No, I see a lot of whites and a lot of Asians, 110%. Nothing wrong with that at all, but I don't see enough that looks like me. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. And what I mean by look like me, I'm not from the hood. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm a cul-de-sac baby. That's what I call myself. I'm right there in the circle, in a little town, you know what I'm saying? I ain't experienced no hood or nothing. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You can't have a cul-de-sac and not have a basketball goal, bro.
Right there at the end, you know? So as a cul-de-sac baby, I don't have that type of mentality or experience the roughness of that. And that's where I see a lot of Blacks, men in particular, be in videography. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? And I thoroughly enjoy it because they teach me some of the things that I need to be more aware of or I need to educate myself when being amongst those fields. So the short answer is no, I don't see enough Black representation in general. I actually am very appreciative of seeing Black men, Black women picking out the camera and making this, oh man, this is some dope stuff we're doing. You know, as a matter of fact, I ain't coined this if it hasn't been coined already. If you don't have a camera, you don't have any gold on you because this is actually what is needed to bring yourself to the next level.
That, and on top of that, memories.
Yes.
Memories. That's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for memory. But I do know one Black videographer. I actually went to school with them. You ever heard of Scarce Thomas?
No, I haven't.
Yo, I'm gonna have to find a way to introduce you
Yeah,
to bro.
put me on game, bro. Yes.
He doing his thing. Let me see if I can find him. If you haven't seen him, you probably heard some of his sound bites. But see, my thing is this: brothers like it's important that y'all put yourselves out there and get in front of the camera. I don't know why I can't find a social media right now, but
That is exactly right, bro. I would actually list just a couple of Black videographers. In addition to my best friend, James Bowens, he's one. But more higher level, like King Vader is one. Carl Secure, he's another one. And it's creators like that that I am just so fascinated by to one day work amongst those people because they are changing communities like that. They are inspiring people to a whole nother level, man, in an anime space and a technology space where it's not just your typical IT tech stuff. These cameras, these microphones, these are technological tools, even drones that can help propel ourselves to the next level in the space of technology. So those 2 or 3 people that I really wanted to highlight there because I'm inspired by them. And that's why it's hard for me to say that there's a lot, because if I can only list those 2 as of now, but I know there are people in my own circle, like King, for example. He is one of them. Trey First Class Productions. I can go through a little list, but those people, I really need them to grow. I really need them to get their love because they're doing the darn thing in their states.
What's that name again?
So, so the popular ones are King Vader. That's
King
one.
Vader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then
You can,
another
you
one.
can you can see their handle at the bottom of the screen. By the way, I'm gonna make sure that
Y'all,
you
go
someone
ahead, y'all.
You say the other one
And
was?
then Carl Shakur. So KARL_SH. Yeah, so those are like the popular ones.
How does your background in videography give you the edge when it comes to making content?
It's great because I get to see both sides of the story, right? I can see how the story needs to be played out from a logical, technical perspective and not just following a dream, if that makes sense. Everybody has a vision. And I always tell my clients and my friends, hey, yo, shoot for the moon. Tell me what you're looking at and let's bring it down to reality. So as a videographer, that's where I come and say, you want 3 Bentleys, a lot of women, and 4 locations? Well, here's the logistics on how we can make that come to life, and not many people understand that it's not as easy as just taking a camera, pointing and clicking. That's why a lot of photographers and videographers, they get upset when they say, oh man, your camera's doing great. What? The camera? The last time I checked, this camera came with a kit lens. So, it all about comes in with the research. So
Bro,
this allows me.
All the time, bro. Females do that shit all the
Oh,
time.
thank you, bro.
You're taking like fucking 50 pictures of them, and I'm like, fam, like it can't be me.
Exactly, man. And it's just like, you know what? I just look at them. I'm just saying, okay, let it ride. But it's so many elements that comes with that. And it allows me to become someone that I wasn't trying to be, which is an educator. Telling the models, the content creators, the brands representatives, here's why it costs this much. Here's why we need this type of equipment, or we need to take these steps. So now I can create not only the shoot, but the experience of letting them know, like, wow, we're in a safe space of now I've learned so much. I can trust Trey and his team, and we can keep on going to the next level. So that's how becoming a videographer has allowed me to see this perspective, if that makes sense.
It makes plenty of sense. How do you balance being authentic with your content while at the same time trying to resonate with your audience? How do you do that?
That's a really great question. So I just say, F it and focus on me. And here's why, because if I don't and just focus on what other people want or how they're doing it, then people can sense this, that you're not authentic. We can smell it, And for me, it's more of the lines of, okay, I need people to see who the Bounty Hunter videography is. I need to understand that there could be no one else like me, or I can grow others to be inspired by me. And the only way to do this is being myself. So at first, because I want to make sure I provide transparency for those who watching, I want to make sure that they understand that it was difficult at first because I didn't understand my own identity. I didn't understand who I was as a person, going through so many hoops and ladders to study myself. And it's evolution. It takes time, right? But once I understood who Trey G. Riley is, what my goals are, what I want to contribute to the world, nothing else matters. Whatever I post is a representation of me. I am a brand. And I know as a brand, I can entertain you or I can provide money and resources for other brands and companies. So to answer your question as far as the lines of like, how do I not lose myself? I just talk about the end goal, staying focused on the why. And my why is to become the hero for those who want to be like me.
It answers a lot of my questions, actually. I'm glad that you answered it like that.
It's all good, man. I love this space you created, man. I thank you.
Yeah, man, we vibing. Matter of fact, shit, I wish I would pulled up.
Ah, hey, yeah.
Pulled up. I'm at the crib by myself because I was drinking public. I was
Yeah.
drinking but indoors, man, I have a good time.
Well, at least I have another reason to go to Texas, so we can make that happen.
You ain't up in Texas?
Oh, I have. Oh, yes.
Where you been? Where you been out in Texas?
So I've been out to Antonio. I've been out to Houston. I've actually been doing like small gigs for my friends or government gigs as well. So I tapped in with both aspects.
Well, next time you come to Texas, bro, tap in with me. If I ain't got nothing going on, I'll pull up on you. We'll
What's
pull up on you.
100%? Anyone who wears the hat is guaranteed.
This actually brings up another question that I have about you being authentic. When did you started seeing a growth in your social media platform? Like when did you start?
Man, so my girl, she's the best supporter in all this journey. So let me give a shout out to her from that aspect. She saw when I was going through my divorce that I was testing out different avenues of content creation. And so I would use my Instagram as a form of healing because I had another friend named Jada. She said, well, write out, your hearts and your pains. And so it could be an encouragement, like take it as a diary. So I took that and changed it to making motivational videos. So I thought that will be a way of getting to a community and I could be a motivational, inspirational person on social media. Well, that became a stalemate because I've been stuck at 2,000 followers for like years. And my girl Shanice, she was like, all right, enough is enough. We got to change. We got to do something. So that put a fire under my butt to try something new. And to get to your question on when did I see this change? It was when I finally understood who I was, like I mentioned before, right? And my issue was I thought that I wasn't funny at all. I never saw myself as a comedian. I never saw myself as someone who could be in that type of space of entertainment, especially in the field of videography and photography, because it's such a specific niche. How do I get to that space? And so I said, that's it. I took a moment that I experienced with a client or in my history of doing videography work. And I said, you know what, let me make fun of this pain that I experienced. And I create just like a little simple skit. And I just focus on what I would have said to that client if this were to take place and vice versa. So that way both parties, clients and shooters, can have a general space of communication. And I just sent it out there. No thoughts about it, no nothing. This is as corny as I thought it could possibly be. 2 days later, this is over 100,000 views. I'm getting now 9,000 followers at the time. And it was just like, holy cow, this is it. This is the mark I need to do. And I just took that formula and just started to perfect it, keeping it going. So it was at that moment when I realized that, okay, my followers consist of shooters and clients of photographers and videographers, that I need to tailor that using my experience, using my success and my failures to laugh at it.
Have you been surprised by the people that has caught wind of your content?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really have been surprised. There are some.
We want to know.
Oh man. So there's been so many back and forth, man. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who's been the most relevant in my life so far, but I just got to get back to my Instagram. I will say this as of right now, Glow drinking brand and Temu recently hit me up and seeing the results of my brand. Course Experience in LA, they shouted me out. They showcased my content within the videography space. The biggest one too was a luxury hotel. My girl and I were out there and we decided, let's take advantage of this and create some content for them. Not only did they love the content that we produced, but they invited me back to stay at their resort again to produce like their first anniversary video. And that right there was just more of like, okay, I am really doing something that can make something happen. Yeah, this was a great aha moment.
This is a very important question because not only do a lot of people want to know, but a lot of people actually need to hear this. How does it feel doing what you love?
This is the best feeling I ever had in my entire life. At 30 years old, I didn't think it'd be possible to do what I'm doing right now. Now, do I experience some struggles and challenges? Absolutely. Got to keep it real on that. But every time when I turn on this camera, I learn something new about the tools that I'm using and the feedback that I get from people taking their time to like and comment, to learn more about myself. I feel like I'm in a totally different world. I feel like I belong here, and I feel like I truly have what it takes to make a difference. I just need people to give me a chance. And my community is a perfect example of investing their time to watch. That's them giving me a chance. Them sharing my posts or texting me privately at DM saying, hey, I like that you did that. Oh, that was good. That's them giving me a chance. But I want to go on a grander scale. I'm not done yet. So I'm excited, but I'm not done yet.
I like this nigga, y'all. So I would have got. I like this nigga. I like this nigga, man. I like
Here for you,
this.
bro.
Hey, man, look,
I'm here for you.
I want to keep going, bro. I got more questions. I got more. So you,
Let's keep
so
it
you live in
going.
LA. Yeah, you live in LA now.
Yes, sir.
How long you get out there?
Only a year, bro. Only been a year. I packed up, left the active duty military to join the National Guard part-time. And the second I got that DD 214, boom.
Oh, God.
Yes. I am out of here. Yes, sir.
Hey, I need 214. I know
Yes, sir.
that motherfucker's gone.
Beautiful
So what
goal.
you in?
So, in the Calabasas area, actually.
How are you
Yeah.
liking that?
Bro, it's actually very peaceful, dude. It's very peaceful. I'm right in the middle of being where my National Guard base is in the Channel Island side. And I'm not too far away from LA.
I know where you at. I know exactly where
Sir.
you at. You not too far from is it I might be saying it wrong. Tanzania?
I'm
Tan,
close.
Tan, Tan, something.
Is it Pasadena? Is that what you're saying?
Pasadena. Not Pasadena. It's like the valley, and then you got Malibu, and then you got Calabasas. You were that area, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Not too,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
they got a base out there, right?
Yeah, so it's in Oxnard. In Oxnard.
That point. Bro, I know my bases, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
when I got out, I've been working federal ever since I've been working with the Department of Defense. So I've been working with, um, I ain't gonna name drop companies, but I definitely been working with the Department of Defense ever since I got out. So I'm
Nice.
always keeping up with, there's been some bases that have changed their names.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we still have LA
Yeah.
Air Force Base, obviously, so that's still hooking up and running. But
Mhm.
yeah, there's a lot of naval bases out here too, so that's why I'm more niched in.
Okay, so do you think you moving to LA was beneficial to your career?
I keep it real, yes and no. And here's why. Moving to LA was more of getting rid of an itch that I had since I got into active duty. Moving to LA does not mean you cannot be successful in this industry. And I am a type of guy where I have to really get my butt handed to me to understand certain things. Hence why the bull. But that's where it comes from. And so it benefited me because I got a 100% crash course into learning what it's like to not only be a civilian, but to speak in a way where I can network and not push people away because of my military background. Not being so demanding, not being so forefront. I had to learn to take a step back, observe, listen, Not many people grew up in that aspect. So to do it in LA, where culturally there's a lot of laid back folks, we're not always so heavy hitters out here. It's like, okay, cool. Now I learned a lot about myself. And I also learned how to weave out the folks who are all talking no and no bite. If that makes sense. Like they all talking no actions, what I mean. And so you don't need to come to LA here. If as a matter of fact, Atlanta, Alabama, even Cat Williams had bought a base to transform that into a film studio in Alabama. So you don't even need to go out. Yeah, yeah. So I could have done it in New York. My girl was up there and I'm just like, I'm not trying to deal with the cold. And nope, ain't got time for that.
In New York?
She's out here now, but we met up in the New York area. That's August.
This conversation is about to go all the way left. Those who know me already know, man. When you say New York, you know what I'm saying? I am in there
All
from
right.
somebody all the time.
Hey, we can take that answer we need to, my bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I love New York City, fam. I love New York City.
Yeah.
But I definitely did my homework on it. And one thing that I think probably gets overlooked is your acting skills, fam. What's
Yes,
that all
sir.
about? What you trying to do with that?
So that right there is the number one reason why I came to LA. I wanted to be a SAG actor, and my girl and I decided we got 5 years to make it happen. Right. So I grew up into it, started all the way down into high school, man. I was Seaweed J Stubb in the musical Hairspray, the musical, my first ever lead role. And that right there is when I felt like I was alive. I felt free. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like, again, just like videography, this is my place. This is where I need to be. And so acting has been always been the forefront, but because it's so volatile, it's like, okay, well, I need something else to help support that. How do I manage that? And that's where videography came into play. So videography was second place and acting is first place, but videography is taking more. So to get to that point of I'm never stopping from acting. As a matter of fact, being this person, being the background of videography allows me to continue my acting performances. If people on TikTok can be considered actors, then yes, I am still an actor.
I mean, yeah, shit, you doing it. There's one thing to
Yes,
say,
sir.
you know what I'm saying, that you doing some great, put out some great work. You with the equipment you got, can you shoot your own movies?
There's my own movies. Not as much as I want to. Because being behind the scenes, I know what it takes, right? So I don't want to waste people's time. I want to make sure I can at least raise up enough funds or put enough sweat equity to make sure that those who want to help me with the films can make it come to life without them losing time or investment, if that makes sense.
That make plenty of sense. That make plenty of sense. I like the fact that, you know, you and your girl say, all right, y'all got 5 years to make it happen. Like, that's a reasonable goal.
Yeah. At first, I had a difficult time understanding what her ask was. Like, why do I need a set time? Because in the world of acting or entertainment, nothing's truly set. Things can happen just like that. You know, I can be an actor or a consistent actor 10 years from now. Now, do I personally want that to happen? Yeah, I want to happen like next year. So by having that foundation, I'm able to put more of a fire under my butt, even more so. Okay. And bring it down to these categories, which I've done, right? So the first year being out here, relationships. All I care about is building relationships, showing how authentic I am. Here's the real Trey. Here's my help. Here's what I need help with. Next year, okay, now I need to start putting in more gigs and under my belt. I need to provide some form of consistency, right? Third year, I need to be able to do like a short film or a commercial. By the fourth year, I need to be able to get a SAG for award. And by the fifth year, SAG actor or get an award for best cinematographer A, B, and C. So these are milestones that I must achieve. And if I can't achieve at least some of them, let's be realistic, then this will not be sustainable. I understand it's not sustainable from the beginning. She understands that, which is another reason why I'm working my tail off to make this work.
You know, you could have stuck doing the motivational speaking if you wanted to, fam. You do a great job at that. Bro, you do a lot of good things. I told y'all about like this. Because anything you say, it's like, you know, you be having conversations with people. I mean, honestly, it's the military too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's that background that you got.
Yeah,
And I
and
can
I
talk and I'm just like, I get you. Like, I understand 1,000, you know? And maybe not everybody do, but that's okay.
yeah.
Because behind the content,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Behind the
Oh, so
content,
perfect.
yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Um, Behind the content, you know, there's the man. And so I'm thankful that you even sat down and was willing to sit and have a conversation with me because I definitely want to get to know you because I was like, this brother's interesting and I want to see what he's about because what you're doing, other brothers need to see that because there's way more to it than just being a ball player, doing music. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm glad that we have this conversation about being authentic because a lot of shit that I've been seeing on social media with this content that brothers are putting out, I know this ain't for them. I know this
Right.
ain't them. I know it.
Mhm.
And I'm not, and I'm only doing, only thing I'm doing is helping them because I be sending all my homeboys the dumb shit. I be sending them home, man, look at this shit, bro. We be on it, and I'm like, I ain't doing nothing but just encouraging them by sharing it. But man, like that's
Mhm.
social media, bro. Whether if it's good content or bad content, the shit entertaining. But I think that for the real ones and the adults and the people with maturity,
Mhm.
we appreciate authentic content.
And
Um,
I thank you for that feedback, man, because that's another thing that LA has exposed me to was the uncovering of the numbers on social media. I will see people, they have 27,000, 100,000, 1.3 million followers, and it's just like, how are they doing that? Am I doing way too much? Do I need to dumb it down? But like you said, man, when you start peeling that onion and start getting to know certain people, the struggle is real out here, man. It's hard, and it's such a disappointing aspect to hear because people like me jump ship on stability to try something different because I didn't educate myself on understanding like, hey, there's a dark side to everything. And I'm not saying that the people who I've seen or worked with in the past, they're not doing anything wrong. Of course not. Life happens, man. Life has slapped me left, right, and center in this past year alone. So the point I'm trying to get at is that that is another reason why I choose to be authentic as possible. Because when the uniform turns off, or when it's Instagram, Facebook, whatever is gone, you still see Trey G. Riley, bounty hunter and videography. I want
yeah,
people to
yeah,
walk the streets and be able to see that aspect that none has changed. Trey got into 2 car accidents. Yeah, I'm gonna post that because if I'm gonna post the positive, I gotta post the reality too, just so I can show. Because I don't know who's watching to that detail. I don't know who's watching to be like, man, I need to be the next bounty hunter. Okay, well, this is the struggles that I'm going through. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, there are a lot of inauthentic people, and it's just like, oh my god, dude. I can't believe I even looked up to you, or I can't believe I ever did this to you, man. But it's whatever. This is their grind. This is their path. Don't judge them because at the end of the day, it is still business. It is still a form of art as well, too. And if they're winning in the game that's been created, so be it. That's part of the game. And that comes with it, you know?
I don't know, fam. I done seen some shit on the gram. I done seen some shit, but I agree. I agree,
Mm-hmm.
but
I get where you're coming from. There are moments out there like, oh my God.
yeah. You got it's some things you gotta ask, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in a minor way, they sold themselves.
Yeah.
In a
Uh-huh.
minor, I say in a minor way because what are they really profiting? Some likes, some
That
clicks,
part.
you know. So like that's why I say, yeah, like you do got people out here that they make a living because I'm just starting to realize now the money that's in social media. So I'm not knocking it. But again, like I said, there's brothers out there that I see on social media. I'm just like, I feel like they probably sold themselves because there's no way that this is who they really are. There's no way. You can just tell, like you said earlier, you know,
Mhm. Yeah.
that's my POV, you know?
No, your POV makes total sense, man. And it's just like it's something that people need to be aware of when they hear conversations like this. These need to be more talks like this. So I'm happy to see that someone like you is taking lead in something like this, man. Like, hey, this is the message out there in this generation and this current space. We don't get much of this. So the more effort that you put into the way that you're doing now, I feel like that's part of Chef's Kiss right here, bro. Like, let's get it out here to the level that it needs to be understood. So that way authenticity can become the new norm.
Bro, I'm being real. I didn't even think I was even gonna be because the podcast game, it's been getting saturated, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, Also, it might be the new gold rush, like how a lot of people was rapping at one point and how people was doing music. Some people just pop. For me, I didn't know because like I travel and I buy. I didn't know how, but I want to do content for traveling because when I
Mm-hmm.
go travel places, I'm binge watching all the time. So if you're a travel content creator and you're on YouTube, I'm most likely been watching videos because I'm watching everybody videos because I'm trying to get to know where I'm about to go, you know? But I
Understood.
said,
Yeah.
I don't think I can do all that content creating, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause there's a lot of work that goes into it. But my family was like, man, you need to go in and put some out there so people can learn some stuff. And so with me knowing as many people as I know, I'm on the phone with one of my homies one day. I'm like, yeah, that was a good ass conversation. I was like, you know what? Boom, a travel podcast, great. And
Yeah.
so what that has kind of been morphing into is more so of an open space for people to um not only share where they from and share the places that they've been, but also share who they are and what they got going on, because there needs to be a voice for the little people. Because not everybody
Yes.
gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody gonna be able to be on $1 million worth of game and all that type of stuff. But brothers like you got a lot of game to share that's about worth $1 million. So
Yeah, and you
shit.
know what? I ain't gatekeeping nothing, man, because I had to learn from something or someone to get to this point either. This is not something that is some completely off the hook unless I am doing something unique in that space. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get you 100%. Like when I get so many calls and messages, my girl will tell me like, why don't you charge people for these consultations? You know, and even one of my good friends, she asked me the same question too. I was like, you know, the fact that people will take their time to lower their pride to even ask me or even
To
ask
even
for some
have.
advice, you know, that takes a lot nowadays, man. And so it's like I don't want to put that person on a barrier on a paywall because you didn't have to ask me, period. So that means you trust me enough to be able to be vulnerable in this space. So I want to respect that. And I feel like if I put that investment to you, like, yo, let me just tell you straight up, A, B, and C. Here it is to get all the way to Z. If you manage to make that or at least try, that's a win in my eyes because I am now doing something that's not BSing you. You're seeing progress. And in due time, if, you know, if I get to be on your boat, you know, because I told you this is something you need to take. You got a boat, we ride a boat together. It's like, okay, cool. You know, that's a little incentive to it all, but it's not expected. No one is expected to do anything for me. So I don't want them to feel like they had to pay.
Hey, bro, I love that 1000%, and I get that too. I was there, and I understand that because when I was younger, I was the one who didn't have the car, and um, you know, I would pay for gas. I give my homeboys gas money and stuff like that. But I said to myself that when I get my car, somebody need a ride, and if I got it, especially me being from a small town.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. I'll give you a ride. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna charge you because I know what it's like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that same thing. So I feel you. I feel you. I don't think you're doing nothing wrong. You know, but in hindsight, there
Uh-huh.
is a way for you to make some bread because the game is sold, not sold.
You're not wrong with that either. So, and this is why I'm open to like having people like you in my circle, right? You know, like give me different perspectives. I'm not wrong. I'm not upset with pivoting because that's how it is at the end of the day. This is still a brand. And for us to excel and you seeing like, hey, there's a part right here where we can make some extra coins for the team and everybody, I'm all ears. Let's do it.
Yeah. Another big question. Another big question. You ready?
Let's do it, bro. Lay it on me, man. What's up?
When people watch your work, what's the legacy or the message you want them to take away, especially from the Black audience?
The legacy. What is a legacy?
Especially
Legacies.
from the especially from the Black audience. Especially from the Black audience.
From the Black audience, the legacy I want to leave for them is the aspects of he never gave up. He was always consistent. He never pushed away his dreams. And I feel like we as Black people, we sacrifice our dreams to survive. And I feel like at this point, we've done so much, not only for the United States, but for this world, that we deserve to see whatever is on our mind. We need to be able to go forth, claim it, take it, create it. And so when they see my page, I wanted to be like, oh boy, this is a smooth mother right here, man. You know what I'm saying? He is always doing something different. He is a chameleon of bringing
Yeah,
so many personalities, so many people together. And that's where I want people to understand. It's like he never turned anyone away. So if he can work with so many different personalities in the pursuit of the art, we can do that as well.
I like that. I like that answer a lot, and I hope it reached somebody. I know it reached somebody. I know for a fact it did because, again, the goal is to can expand the horizons of, the youth and the minds that they have instead of just want to be a ball player, instead of wanting to just be that. We can be everything and everything, and
Right.
and take it over.
Yeah.
And take it
Because
over.
for me, it's like I understood the assignment that I was a good basketball player. Like it was already guaranteed on that. But I wanted to be in that space. Everybody has a role they need to play, and it's up to us to make it look cool. Being a player, being a rapper, being a model, history has proven that that is the dopest thing that you can do in the entertainment space. We get that. But there's time for change, okay? It's like
Mhm.
you mentioned before, man. It's a lot oversaturated on certain aspects. So how come we don't ever hear word or insight on the photographer or the videographer? Because stereotypically, they are the awkward man or woman that just dress in simple black, get the shots and get out. They want to stay reserved, and that is okay. But there are other people, or they may not have the opportunity to be like, okay, well, who captured Megan Fox? Well, who told Jay-Z's story? Do you know what I'm saying? Who got that shot when Obama became president? Who was that? Let's hear about that person's story. I wanted to
Mhm.
be so cool that when I'm walking next to NBA players, they're going to see, shoot, there's that basketball player, and there's a bounty hunter there too. Oh my God, there's the two idols, quote unquote, right there. So now, for someone who may not be fit or tall enough to be a basketball player, I can still be in the NBA just in this capacity. That's what I want.
You see that? You see that?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. We still got that. Oh, we still got that. Matter of
I don't
fact,
mind repeating myself if I need to.
nah, I heard you. I just want to make sure you good. Nah, cause I definitely got you. Last question.
Go ahead,
Let's
bro. What's up?
just want a big one too. Where do you see your social media presence going next year, 2025? What is it looking like?
All right. In 2025, I see my Instagram and my social media, specifically Instagram, going up to 20,000 followers. I see myself gaining consistent opportunities to partner with different brands and high value content creators to further advance their media creation and to show people that I am not only an actor, but a shooter as well. I can do both elements no matter what. I see myself being a vessel for inspiring photographers and videographers to be able to see the blueprint that your face is required to sell your services to other people. I need that for them to understand that you can't just simply post your final products. That's cool, but where's the person behind that? Get in front of the camera because you are the CEO of your company, of your camera. Make it happen. And I want to get to the point where within 2025, I'm selling an ebook or some form of tool that helps motivate and creates another revenue, not only for the business, but something that is truly authentic. And it's just like a get rich quick scheme. I hate that. There's so many things that pop up on social media. It's like, oh, try this, oh, try that. It's like, but does it make sense? I'm not going to do a class. I'm not going to do a class. I want to be able to do, hey, here's a step process of my experience and tie it with my real life story. So it's not a full repeat. It's a full understanding like, okay, he went through his ebbs and flows, but here's the foundation. I'm teaching you the foundation on how to be successful as a videographer and photographer in this industry. So that's why I see 2025 becoming for me.
Hell yeah. Hey Trey, I could talk to you all day, man. I love this conversation. I really enjoyed it. And actually, I got something, but we're gonna be talking a lot more. We definitely gonna be in touch. I got you locked in the phone.
Same.
Now I got another person to call when I come to
I'm about
California.
to say, yeah, let's
Yeah,
chat it up,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Yeah. Um, Again, thank you for being the guest. If y'all haven't, please click that like and subscribe button. And if you haven't, make sure you go follow Trey on the gram. Are you only on the gram?
I'm predominantly on the gram, but you can follow me on TikTok and YouTube, Trey G. Rowley.
Oh, you got a YouTube channel?
I do. It's growing. It's growing, but I'm more predominant on Instagram.
Go follow this man on YouTube. The link to everything is in the description below. Again, bro, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those out there that has been here with us this whole time and you here to the end again, thank you. And we will see you on the next one.
Take care.